All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at a case that I've been really excited to check out, which is the Mous super thin case for the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So before we get into the case, it does come in a black version and an aramid fiber version. I have the black version and I'll discuss a little bit of the differences here shortly, but for right now, let's take a look at the packaging. Now on the front, it does say Mous, nothing else, and they have this nice green packaging that's a little bit better for the environment, so shout out to Mous for that. You get a little information about that right there, and some recycling info over here, as well as some more information. So pretty much that's it, nothing really else to it. I have been using this for a couple days, and I've been really enjoying it. So I did put it back as best as I could in the packaging, so let's go ahead and open it up. Pop this open right here. As soon as you open it, it says live without limits. Little more info there, and you can scan your QR code here for a little more information. So as soon as you open it up, it says we take phone cases seriously, and a little more info there. And then on the inside, we get a Mous warranty. Now you get a 1-year limited warranty with this case. That's pretty much it with that, and a warning for the magnetic field with any sort of medical devices, pacemakers, etc. If you use those, just read up a little bit more information on that for your health needs. So let's go ahead and move this stuff off to the side and take a look at the case. So pretty much nothing else in the packaging. Set that off, and you get this just paper little material here with the case inside. So after setting all that to the side, we do have our case. Now, like I said, I got the black version. It does also come in an aramid fiber version. And real quick, let's talk about those differences. Now, with the black version, if you see, you have these little sort of cutouts for the buttons. Now, you don't get any kind of, actual buttons with it, but you just get these cutouts, whereas with the aramid fiber version, it is completely open, kind of like your Pitaka Maggie Z4 or Maggie Z5, your Banks Armor Air, things like that. This is completely open on there, as well as around your power button. Now, whereas on the black one, you do have just the little cutouts for that. Also, the other difference is that the black one is a little bit thicker than the aramid fiber. So the black one is 1.4 millimeters thick, whereas the aramid fiber one is 1 millimeter thick. So you get a little bit of a difference, but you can rest assured that this case is still super thin, very comfortable to use. So let's take a look first off on the back of the case. Now on the back, you get just this very nice black sort of textured material. It's this plasticky, almost like, it's the kind of plastic that has the feeling of silicone, but it's not actually silicone, if you guys know what I mean. But it's a very smooth finish, not slippery whatsoever. I have not noticed this case being slippery. I don't know about you guys. You let me know down in the comments, but for me, if you haven't. But for me, this case has not been slippery whatsoever. You do get your 2 things of Mous branding, which Mous, if you guys are listening, just like on the Limitless 5.0, please remove one or the other. Just leave one. And, I would prefer, honestly, if you took this Mous logo, put it right here, remove the Mous text completely, just had that little logo, I think it would look a lot cleaner. Or, even if you really wanted to keep it up here, but get rid of both of the brandings, I think that's completely unnecessary to be there, but that's just nitpicking. Now, you do also get this camera ring here, and that's pretty much it. Now, this back of it will show a little bit of fingerprinting, if you guys can see that, but it's not terrible. I know with certain aramid fiber cases, I don't have the Mous aramid super thin case, so I can't really speak on that. But with certain like aramid cases or other black cases, you do get some fingerprinting. With this one, it's not so bad. You can notice it a little bit, but a good wipe down should get those off. Now, it doesn't really scratch too much. I've seen a little bit of scratching right there, but again, if you do take a microfiber cloth, let's actually take one right now and see what we can get off just by a little light, cleaning of this. So right away, it did take away those scratches that were right here, and I do still have a little bit over there, and I'm sure if I gave it a nice good detailing, it would be fine, but it's a phone case, and that's just kind of one of those things that happens. So the price on this case, before moving forward, on the black one, full price. Now, they do have sales often. I'm going to give you guys the full price of this. The full price on this one is $44.99, so $45 for this case. And the aramid fiber one is $69.99, so $70 on that one. You are paying with the aramid fiber, of course, for that aramid fiber material, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive. So let's take a look at the inside. Now, you do get this very nice felt material right here, and that will prevent the back of your phone case and that'll prevent the back of your phone from scratching up or anything like that. You have your MagSafe magnet and that alignment magnet there, and that's pretty much it. On the inside, you just get the same material that's on the back going all the way around the case there. So nothing really crazy, and you do get all four corners have relief slits to make sure it's a little bit easier to put on and take off. If you guys can see those there, and they are on the bottom as well. So before we put our phone in there, let's go ahead and take our scale, turn this on, and we'll weigh the case real quick. Now, the weight of the black case and the aramid case is apparently it's supposed to be the same weight. Mous is claiming that they're both the same weight, but like I said, I don't have the aramid one, so I'm not 100% sure. So they do both say that they're 27.9 grams, but let's go ahead and weigh this one. For me, it's showing 32 grams, so I don't know. Let me try one more time. I'm getting 32 grams, so, you know, take that as you will. Mous says it's 27.9 on their website. I'm getting 32 grams. But either way, fairly light case. You can literally barely feel this on here. I'm sure there'll be some videos on YouTube of the aramid fiber case as well, so just take a look at the weight of those. But they claim they're both 27.9 on their website. I'm getting 32 grams. So that's basically all we get with that. Let's go ahead and shut this off. It's not cooperating, whatever. And let's move on to putting the phone into the case. So first and foremost, let's listen off to that click. Nice, decent little click on there. Nothing too crazy. And I think that also has to do with the relief slits, as well as there not really being any sort of gripping onto the case. But not to worry, the case does not come off terribly easily. Let's test out those corners. It is, you know, decently easy to take them off, but it's not going to come off if you don't want it to come off. So it's in that nice mixture in between being fairly simple to take off, but also not too easy to where you can take it off with one finger, or to where it'll come off when you don't want it to come off. So let's listen to those corners. Not really too much of a click. Kind of no click on any of these corners here. But again, super thin case, and it's not really gripping onto the screen or onto the sides of the phone. So it's definitely not the most pronounced click, but it's on there very securely. Now, I have heard that, at least with the aramid fiber one, that it moves around a little bit in the case, but I don't have any movement of the phone in the case whatsoever. Whether I shake it or push on it a little bit, I have no movement. Maybe that's just my case. If you guys have either the aramid one or the black one, let me know down in the comments whether yours moves around in the case or not, but I don't have that issue. And overall, I've really been enjoying using this case. So let's go ahead and step around the sides real quick. Now, on the top hand side, it is completely closed in. On the left side, we do have our action button, volume up and down, are exposed. One thing I wish they would just clean up a little bit about this is right there, the action button is a hair off center, but I wish it was just a little bit more to the right of the cutout. But, you know, it's still very easy to get to. I'm not even going to let you listen to the sound of the buttons because these are the actual buttons on the phone. But it is very easy to get to those buttons and click them, as well as it is on the right-hand side. I have not had any issues clicking the buttons or getting to them. I normally hold my phone like this, you know, either hand, and I have no issues clicking that power button right there. So, very easy to get to those buttons on here. I do wish, of course, we did have the little buttons on there, especially some metal buttons would have really set this case off, but that's no big deal. As long as the buttons are easy enough to click, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Now, moving along to the bottom of the case, we do have our accurate microphone and speaker cutouts and a nice wide open USB Type-C port. We'll go ahead and grab our anchor cable, plug that in here, and it's charging. And you get a nice amount of space still outside of the cable, so all of your thicker head cables will definitely fit into this case. And moving along to the right-hand side, it's completely closed except for that power button, which is open there. Now, let's see how this fits on the phone, and you get pretty much no play here whatsoever. Very nice, tight fit on the bottom, on the top. This is what I like to see. Nice, good fit on here. Definitely no issues with that. And let me give the screen a little bit of a wipe down. and let's take a look at that screen lip. So you don't really get any screen lip with this case. It is a super thin case. It's meant to be very slim and minimal, so I definitely wouldn't really recommend setting this on its screen. You very well may scratch up your screen protector or your phone screen by setting it down this way. I am using a tempered glass screen protector right now, and that's about all the screen lip you get. Really nothing there. However, with the camera bump, you do get a pretty decent camera protection on here. So you can set this down on its back and not really worry too much about any surfaces or anything scratching up your camera lens. So how does this feel in the hand? And like I said before, it feels really good. I really like this kind of very soft material on here. Like I said, it is plasticky with a little bit of a silicone feel to it. Very nice to hold. I haven't had any slipping or anything like that. The bottom of it is excellent, very nicely refined. So if you're someone like me and you hold your phone like this, no issues with it digging into your pinky at all. I've been really enjoying using this case. And I'll be honest with you, this is probably one of my favorite super thin cases because, I mean, it's just been a pleasure to use. I do wish we had those buttons again, but not the biggest deal in the world. It's been really nice to hold and to use. I've really been enjoying this, and I think this case is going to be part of my daily rotation. So let's test out that MagSafe real quick, which is another really good feature about this case. It's got some strong magnets. So let's put our Apple MagSafe wallet on here, get our animation right there, and there you go. I mean, you can sit here and, you know, simulate it going into your pocket or your purse, give it a nice little rubbing, and it's not coming off. So you're good to go with that. You definitely do have to kind of pull this off of there. And with the battery pack, you're going to get the same thing. First of all, let's actually listen to how that clicks on here. Let me let it not think it's charging anymore. Very nice. There's our MagSafe animation. And, well, we get the charging. I don't know why the animation didn't come back up. But you can definitely sit here and shake this around. No issues whatsoever of this battery pack coming off of the case. Not to worry at all. It's very well on there, and I don't think it's going to come off in pretty much any use case scenario, and you do have to kind of force that one off of there for it to come off. And finally, bringing over our Anchor 623, we'll set that up, and of course, you know, it's going to pick up that MagSafe base. You can even give it a little bit of a shake before it comes off. Nothing too crazy, but the magnets are definitely pretty strong on here. You can rotate it 360 degrees with no issues, and if you're using it in portrait mode or in landscape mode, you have no issues of it popping off of your mount or anything like that. So you will be good to go on your car chargers, in your, you know, car mounts, things like that, as well as your nightstand in standby mode or just, you know, portrait mode, whatever you're using it in, no problems whatsoever with that. I do get a little bit of a MagSafe ring right there after using the accessories, but I believe a good little wipe down should get that to go away. Yeah, for the most part, it's going to go away. Give it a really good wipe down and it will, but this is a matte black case, so it may show a few things here and there. I know we don't really like the fingerprinting or any marks on the cases, but like I said, a good wipe down, especially with maybe even like a wet wipe, should get all of this right off. So, do I recommend this case? And yeah, I do. I mean, the price on it is a little bit high. Now, you can find them on sales, like I said, but for the $44.99 for this one, $69.99 for the Aramid, yes, I do recommend this case. I do wish it was a little bit cheaper, especially on the Aramid Fiber one. I haven't used it, but $70 is a lot of money for a case. But for the $44.99 for this case, based on the other competition that's out there for the pricing of them, this is a really good case, and I've been really enjoying using it. It's gonna definitely be in my daily rotation. So I'll be sure to leave links to this down in the description below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and if you're interested in seeing another super thin type of case, I'll be sure to leave that video right there.